Well, all right, people. So I tuned into Money in the Bank to watch some of it, even though I don't normally watch the SmackDown pay-per-views. But I saw I'm watching the Money in the Bank ladder match at the end, the main event, and they got Nakamura, they got Owens, they got Zayn, Styles. Basically, 5 out of the 6 people in the match, I take a liking to. The only person I don't like in that match, and the only person that I haven't seen any talent out of, that really nobody even talks about or likes, is Baron fucking Corbin. And of course, that's the motherfucker they picked to win the fucking match. I mean, just totally ridiculous. I mean, I've said before that this creative team could just, throw all the choices that they could possibly make into a hat and pick one out and they'd be better off. I mean, what the fuck are they thinking? Like, when he went up and grabbed that briefcase, like, nobody even cared. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cheered. Nobody was happy. Everybody was like, what the fuck is this? Baron Corbin? I mean, I remember watching this guy when he first came to the main roster, and he was in like an endless 6-month feud with Dolph Ziggler. Another stupid creative decision they made is when he first came up, they put him in this endless feud with Dolph Ziggler that went on for like 6 months. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's have a lower mid-card feud that just goes on for 6 months. But I didn't see any talent in him. I mean, he was just an ordinary guy. There was nothing special about him. I mean, he wasn't a Roman Reigns, but he wasn't good either. He was pretty fucking, mediocre. And I have a hard time believing this guy has gotten that much better in a fucking year, because like I said, I hear nobody talking about him. I mean, he's not that impressive. I mean, he's just a fucking ordinary wrestler. And they give him Money in the Bank. Like I said, I do not get what they see in this guy. I mean, Kevin Owens, talented, people like him. Styles, talented, people like him. Nakamura, I haven't really seen him wrestle, but I hear he's pretty good. Same thing with Sami Zayn, talented, people like him. Ziggler's even talented. 5 out of the 6 guys in this match, I would have been happy to see them win. I would have been pleased, because I like them all. I think they all have talent. And of course, just typical WWE. It's how it always fucking works. They pick the one guy nobody likes. I mean, who the fuck likes Baron Corbin? I'm pretty sure nobody does. Oh, his gimmick is, he's a lone wolf guy. He's a lone wolf. I mean, it's not much of a gimmick if you ask me. I mean, it's basically the same thing with Roman. Oh, I'm the guy. I don't like anybody. I'm just the guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm just a guy. I mean, the whole gimmick is fucking, I really don't see that much potential out of it. And this guy's really going to be your champion? I mean, what talent does this guy have? Not much. Like I said, like, if you look at main event talent, with Daniel Bryan or CM Punk or, anybody. I mean, main event talent is supposed to have, like, something special about him, some charisma or some special talent. Baron Corbin, I don't really see it. And like I said, it's just, this creative team just makes the stupidest decisions ever. Like, and it's like Baron Corbin, I don't know, it just does not seem like a sufficient Mr. Money in the Bank. And I don't know, maybe if there's anybody who watches SmackDown, I mean, have they really been pushing this guy as of late? Because I haven't heard much about him. Same thing with the whole Lana. Like, why is Lana wrestling in a championship match all of a sudden? Where the fuck did she come out of? And last time I saw her, she was fucking walking out with Rusev, cutting promos for him, and now she's in a championship match. I mean, they love to do that in WWE. They take somebody who is a jobber, or somebody who's like in the lower mid card who's hardly relevant, and then 2 months later they'll be fucking champion or in the main event. Example: Jinder Mahal, the Maharaja. I mean, how many fucking times could they use that fucking? They think they're so cool that they're talking in the Indian language, and they got this word that starts with an M, and they're calling, Jinder Mahal. Oh, he's the modern day Mahadra or whatever the fuck. What the fuck does that even mean? I mean, speak English, please. God. I mean, really? again, they think they're so cool because they're using an Indian word. It's just so annoying. And it's so annoying how this great creative team is so incompetent that, like I said, just every decision they do has just no sense involved whatsoever. I mean, everybody else in that match has people that like them. You know, in today's day and age, if you're a heel or a babyface, you get cheers based on how good you are, you know, in the ring. A lot of people, you know, a good portion of the audience will like you if you're a heel, even if you know, you're a heel. If you're talented, people you will get cheers. I mean, Kevin Owens gets a big pop every time he comes out. Same thing with AJ Styles. I don't know if AJ Styles is a babyface or what now, but same thing with him. He got he got cheers when he was a heel. I mean, you can't say that, because you don't get booed as a heel, you're an unsuccessful heel. I mean, it's just a different time and age than it was 20 or 25 years ago. So if you're a heel and you reach up and grab that Money in the Bank briefcase and you don't get one fucking cheer, you know you did something wrong as a creative team. I don't care who the fuck is it that reaches up and grabs that contract. I mean, I don't care how fucking, you know, much of a heel they are. I don't care if fucking Joseph Stalin reaches up to grab that briefcase. They should get a fucking cheer, even if you're a heel. Especially with the pay-per-view crowd, too. You know, pay-per-view crowds, you know, in my experience watching, you know, wrestling, tend to be more, I guess, your hardcore fans. But no, there was silence. I mean, it was quieter in that arena when Baron Corbin reached up and grabbed that fucking contract than it was when I took my exam for my biology class. My final exam for my biology class. I mean, totally ridiculous. So I don't know where the fuck they think they're coming out of, you know, pulling this doozy out of their ass, putting the Money in the Bank on Baron fucking Corbin. A very boring and bland, talentless piece of garbage. I mean, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration. That's probably a better way to describe Roman Reigns, but he's not that good. Baron Corbin is not that good. He is, like I said, nothing special about him. Pretty mediocre. So there you go. I'm not happy about Baron Corbin being Mr. Money in the Bank. Pretty stupid decision there. But that's what we have. That's what we have to expect from this incompetent company now. Stupid decisions. So there you go, people.